Okay, guys, Ebbs here with House of Guns. I've got Ray with Heizer Firearms here with me, and we have the very long anticipated DoubleTap in hand right here. And Ray, tell us about it.
This is the Heizer Defense DoubleTap, the smallest, lightest tactical 45 pistol on the market, only 5/8 of an inch wide, only 12 ounces. It's available in both an aluminum frame and a titanium frame. It has an M16 push pin so that you can interchange the barrels to 9mm or 45. It has 7 patents pending, including our progressive porting on the barrel, and a completely new roller bearing trigger system that features 2 roller bearings. It gives you a nice 10-pound double action trigger pull, yet it's glass smooth. Probably the coolest feature is it carries 2 spare rounds in the butt on a Heizer loading device, so that after you shoot, it ejects out the 2 spent rounds. Then you can do a tactical reload with a speed strip to get you back in the game.
That's fantastic. So it actually throws the spent casings out. You don't have to pull them out.
No, it'll eject the shells, and then you can just simply grab the speed loader and get a new 2 rounds back in there, so you're right back in the action.
Now, when you say the barrels are interchangeable, I assume that means the frame is the same on both?
Frame's the same on all. All you've got is an M16 style takedown pin, which you push out and swap the barrels out.
Okay, and one's titanium.
One's titanium, one's aluminum. The aluminum gun is 12 ounces, the titanium is 14 ounces.
Okay.
The titanium is actually a stronger and heavier metal and more corrosion resistant. More for the hardcore professional, somebody that's going to abuse the gun or saltwater application or drive his truck over it or something crazy.
Sweat all over
Sweat,
it,
corrosion, that's
now,
right.
Now this one I see is a ported model.
Yes, we offer both ported and unported. And our porting is a unique proprietary design. It actually cuts recoil and muzzle flip by about 1/3.
By 1/3?
Yes.
So you've obviously tested it extensively.
Yes, and on the 45 gun, we highly recommend it because the gun is so light and so narrow, it gets a lot of muzzle flip and a lot of recoil. So the porting greatly helps that.
So, I mean, this is, you guys, as far as how Heizer came about, you have an aerospace background.
Yeah, it's actually my design that I've had in the back of my head for 20 or 25 years, and I took it to Heizer's, my partners. They're longtime 40-year friends of mine with a large aerospace company outside of St. Louis, and I asked them to team up with me and take my design and build the gun for me, and we formed a partnership, and that's how it came out.
When people hear aerospace, they automatically think space. So, I mean, you basically have a space-age 45 9mm here that's you're hoping is going to change concealed carry and the way people think about defending themselves and being able to hide a firearm on their person.
We've had a lot of compliments from other engineers in the industry and other gun manufacturers on all the innovations associated with this gun, and it's because of our aerospace background. We're pretty much looking at it outside the box.
Sure. So it's like you're inventing a firearm from the ground up.
A lot of new innovative stuff on it. That's why it's been so popular.
Okay. One big question I have for you, it seems like the biggest question everyone has, is price point on this, say for the very basic model to the highest you can go.
Base price on the aluminum gun is $499 MSRP, and base price on the titanium gun is $719 MSRP.
And those are going to fall lower retail. MSRP usually
that's
comes
suggested retail. You can usually buy it for less than that at most good gun stores.
Okay, fantastic. Well, Ray, I'm excited about this. We'll get some close-ups of it so we can get a better look of the inside, and I want to feel the trigger for myself. But
please,
I really appreciate your time. Now, is the trigger going to be like a constant tension double action, or does when the barrel drops out and you drop it, that's when the
barrel has no effect on the trigger mechanism at all. It's completely independent.
Okay.
You're going to have a steady 10-pound bull all the way back until, if you watch the sear, when it gets back to the disconnect right here, that's the stop point, so you can actually index it like a Smith revolver, and then when you finally squeeze it off, it falls off the block and goes off.
Totally does.
Yes.
And when the trigger's let out, it automatically resets.
Yep.
That's what I'm seeing on this action.
And it's completely mechanical, so you got double strike capability, and there's nothing in there to break. It's all robust stainless steel parts. No stampings, fully machined, all made in the USA.
All made in the USA.
All made in the USA.
Love to hear nowadays, all made in the USA. And I'm going to say the trigger is super smooth. There is, I can feel that index right there get back, and then it just snaps. I'm going to say it feels more like about a 7-pound trigger. He says it's a 10.
That's correct. We pounded them all before we came to the show at 10 pounds, and everybody says it feels much lighter than 10 pounds. That's because of the roller bearing system.
And the other thing I'm going to say, I talk about palm size a lot and having a hard time getting a hold of a micro carry gun. At 5/8 of an inch thick, yeah, he'll hold an iPhone out. Here's the size, and then here's thickness. So you get an idea of how narrow this thing really is. But with that taken into consideration, because of the swell here, I'm able to get 2 full fingers on it, and I don't feel like I'm lacking for grip. My fingers aren't touching the heel of my...
As small and compact it is, it's still controllable with the ergonomics on it.
Sure. So as far as the top goes, I'm going to call this a belly gun. I mean, it's basically a modern-day snub nose.
Yep.
So there's just a little notch here on the front of the top. The rest is just smooth across. So this is going to be for a close encounter. That's what its intended purpose would be.
Exactly.
Well, Ray, this looks fantastic. I'm really excited. The weight also, by the way, I'm surprised. It's a little heavier than I thought it would be. Not negative, like it's going to be a burden to carry, but there's a good weight there. So I feel like I'm actually holding a gun and not a toy.
Right.
And I like that. Well, Ray, thank you so much for your time.
Appreciate it, Eric.
Really
Anytime.
Appreciate it. Best
Thank
of luck
you.
to Heizer.
Thank you.
Hey guys, I'm back here. I've got a DoubleTap 45 ACP with me. This one is a closed side. You can see I got the barrel tipped open here, so you don't have to worry about me sweeping myself, or I'm even going to show you on the camera. You can see through it. There's no rounds in it whatsoever. But I just wanted to walk through a couple things because this is neat. All the pictures I'd seen were hard to get a reference on how big or even small this gun actually really is. It's a little bigger than I thought in terms of a footprint, but it's narrower than I thought in terms of concealment. I mean, this literally is a pocket gun. It's in your pocket. It's not much bigger than an iPhone, or any phone for that matter. It's got some horizontal serrations on the front of the trigger guard and the front back strap, and then they've designed it with their HD Heizer Defense logo for a little bit of extra traction here. It does feel a little smooth, so I might recommend some type of positive traction if you wanted to stipple it or add a slip-on grip to it. You know, it could tangle on your clothes. That's always a possibility. The barrels feel heavy. I expected this to seem lightweight and flimsy, and it does not feel that way at all. I am really impressed at this mechanism because as Ray told us earlier, when you shoot, you've got 2 rounds in, you pull the trigger, it actually pops open. Now if I can master it, and it ejects those shells straight out. This is flush. The barrel release is flush, so it's going to take some effort and some know-how and learning to get used to the traction on it. But overall, this is a neat little piece, and at the price point of an entry level at about 500 bucks, you know, it may seem high for a snubby Derringer type pistol, but this really is state-of-the-art, totally out of the box thinking with guns, and I'm interested to see what the Heizer Defense DoubleTap is going to do for the firearms industry. So we'll give you a close-up. Why don't we bring that in here so you can see really well. Looks like it's focusing okay. Trigger, they said weighed at 10 pounds. Bring it all the way back and index it. Break. Definitely feels more like 7 pounds. Very reasonable. And for a gun that on the big side, that's a little 45 ACP. You saw us shooting the all-new Springfield XDS 45 at the range, which was snappy. This is lighter than that, and it's not an auto, so I'll be interested to see what the recoil is like. Anyway, guys, this is Ebbs with House of Guns at the Heizer Defense booth at SHOT Show 2012. Happy shooting.